Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Lopazzo back with you again for another wonderful drawing. Today we're going to draw some kitty cats. And I found these online. It's by an artist by the name of Laurel Burch, B-U-R-C-H. Laurel Burch paints cats, or she painted cats. Lots of cats. But what I love about these kitties, they're not very realistic looking kitties, but they're incredibly colorful. My printer does not do it any justice. They're much more colorful than you're looking at here. Here's another one of Laurel Burch's. Now, Laurel Burch, you may say, you know, these kitties kind of look familiar. Look how crazy, wavy lines in the one, flowers in another, triangles in another. Lots of cool patterns. And here's one that's got some kitties, almost looks like they're hiding in a jungle. There's flowers all over the place. Incredibly colorful. And if they kind of look maybe a little bit familiar, you'll see Laurel Burch's stuff on everything from posters to clothing to purses, different kinds of things. Anything you can, necklaces and other kinds of clothing and pants. They pretty much put her colorful cats on just about everything you can imagine. So you might have seen these before. So we're going to do one that kind of looks like this one. We'll put a big close-up kitty at the bottom, and then we'll put some other cats. I don't know if we're going to do this many cats, but I've got my square piece of paper. You can really use whatever size. Normally I tell you to turn the paper vertical or horizontal. It doesn't matter. You can turn it whichever way you want. So I'm just going to try to fill up my board, my square, and I'm going to sort of look at this as I go. This is kind of going to be my guide. I'll put the other ones up on the board too, just in case I want to steal something from there. Maybe some flowers or a tail or something. So I'm going to put my pictures right here. Okay, so you're going to need a paper, piece of paper, pencil, and an eraser. They're not very hard cats to draw. They really aren't. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start down here at the bottom. And this is going to be my biggest cat. It's kind of like peeking up from the front and looking in. So I'm going to start right at the bottom of my paper. And I am going to go up. And then I'm going to start to curve in. And that's going to be my first ear. So kind of going up, and I'm curving in a little bit, and then it's up, down, and that'll be my first cat ear. Actually, I'm going to make my ear a little bit wider. There we go. Now I'm going to go across for his head. Very simple. And I'll do another ear. And then I'm going to curve out and make the other side of his face. He's got like a big round face. I'm going to make a big round face go to the bottom. So a very, very simple shape. You can see I've got a kitty over here that I drew on the board just to kind of see how she draws. Now right in the middle, I'm going to put the kitty's snout. Very, very simple. This kind of goes down. And down. And then the eyes are kind of like the shape of eyes that we would normally make. They're kind of like shaped like a football. So they're pointy on one end, and then they get wide in the middle, and then they come back down. So they're kind of like long football shapes, and they start right here at the corner of my nose. I'm just going to go up and over, down and over. Up and over, down and over. Mine are a little bit wider than the picture. She made eyes that were a little skinnier, but it doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. And she's got a little bit of an eyelid that starts right on this bottom line, comes up, and goes right to the corner. So on the outside, it's not at the corner, it's on the bottom. And on the inside, it actually does go to the corner. And I'm just going to put a pupil, I'm sorry, the iris, which is the big circle, and then a pupil, which would be the small circle. So I'm going to make my eyes nice and big, so I'm not drawing a complete circle. I'm drawing like the two sides. One side, the other side. And then I'm going to draw a nice big pupil. I'm going to color my pupils in. You have a pencil, so you're not going to color yours in yet. I'll color mine in because I have a black marker. Now, the rest of this face is just going to be kind of like cool designs. So you can do the designs I'm doing. You can do your own designs. It's completely up to you. So I'll kind of look at this for inspiration. And it looks to me like they've got another big kind of stripe that goes up around the eye and kind of down, up and around, and I'll connect right to the end of the eye. And then on the inside, actually they've got some circles kind of on the outside as some little decorations. And then there's some stripes kind of like on the face, like little decorations. And it looks like some whiskers down at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is from the nose, I'm just going to kind of go up and they just kind of curl. They're cats, so they will have some whiskers. Now, if you want to add more decorations to that, you certainly can. Some of the cats have little triangles inside the ears, like my little guy over here. Completely up to you. I'm going to leave that like that for now, and then we'll see if we need to do anything to it later. But so now I'm going to put another cat behind him, right? So you can see there's a cat that's kind of peeking out over here, and I've got some room right here. So I'm going to draw a kitty. I'm going to start right about where the ear is, the bottom of the ear, which is probably where my finger is. And I'm just going to go over and down, and that's his one ear. And then I'm going to go over and up and down, and that's his other ear. You can see that all the cats are kind of made the same. Very, very simple. And then I'm going to just go down and around, and that's kind of where his head will end, like he's peeking out from the side. This time we can see the whole kitty's nose. So I'm going to draw two lines right in the middle, like his nose. And then I'm going to curl around. Kind of like, looks like a big heart at the bottom of his nose. I'm going to move this picture over so I can see it a little bit better, rather than reaching across and blocking your picture. Now I'm going to do my eyes, and my eyes are going to start right at the top of my nose, just like I did over here. Football shape. Big circle, little circle, that will be black. And I'll put some lines above his eyes for decoration. And then I'll put one below too. They kind of go, looks like he's wearing a mask. Looks like a raccoon. We've got some whiskers on each side. These will have to go behind because he's peeking out from behind. I'm going to put some triangles inside his ears. In the picture, this one's got some little decorations that are just like sticking up right outside of his eyes. So you can just remember, a pattern is anything that repeats over and over again. So you can really decorate him however you want. That's what I like about her work, where you really can do whatever you want. I can add more lines under the eyes. And she even has some little circles. I'll put little dots, which you could probably do later with markers. We'll talk about how we're going to color it in a second. We can even have his body peeking out, so maybe we'll do this. We'll just put part of his body that's peeking out behind. And we can do anything on his body. We can make little zigzags. This is not supposed to be an actual real live cat. So you can decorate it however you want. Every cat's going to be different. I think this guy needs some more decorations too. Maybe I'll do some wiggly lines inside his nose. He looks too simple, too plain. We definitely need to do something up here. What if I do a triangle and I just keep putting triangles inside? If you think he needs more decorations, then you add more decorations. Now I'm going to do a kitty that's peeking right up here. So I'm going to leave a little room for the body, and I'll come up and put a head right here. And this head is very simple. There's the top of his head, right there. I'm going to go up and down for ears. It's like Batman. And then I'm going to put 2 straight lines down the middle, and then I'm going to put a point at the end, which I haven't done yet. That's like a point for his nose. Put a triangle in there. And now I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to curl around and go right up to the point of his nose. We'll do the same thing on the other side. It's kind of like his cheeks. And for the first time, I can make a mouth. 2 little curved lines. And now I'm going to go up right on my nose and make nice, 2 big nice cat eyes. Big long skinny footballs. I'm going to make a big circle, which is just 2 curved lines, really. And then you later on will color in the pupils, which is the 2 dots. We'll put some whiskers. And now you can decorate that face however you want. I'm going to put some lines up inside. I won't do the bottom of the triangle. I just do 2 lines. Try to make each one look a little bit different. And I'm going to put some zigzags going on his face. Some little curly cues. That's just a shape that just goes around and it keeps going around and around. That's all that is. And for his body, I'm just going to do a line that kind of goes around there. And then a line that kind of comes down here. If you want to do a tail, very, very simple. We just go up, make it connect to the back of his body. Now I suggest that you draw very, very lightly when you're doing all this. Because if you want to go back and do curly cues with marker later, you don't want to see your pencil line if you decide to do an orange curly cue or a yellow curly cue or pink. Because those colors, you will see the pencil right through the marker. So you want to make sure you draw everything lightly because this should be colorful, incredibly colorful. So you're going to want to probably use markers. You can use colored pencil and you can use crayons, but markers will be the brightest colors. You could paint it, but that might be a little tricky. There's lots of curly cues and wiggly lines to paint. So maybe I'll do one more cat. Maybe I'll do one right here. I've got lots of room right there. We don't want to make our video too long. So this time, in the picture, they've got this cat with this big giant face. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a little line that goes across, almost at the top. And then I'm going to draw 2 lines that go up. And then I'm just going to come right down all the way, almost as big as I can. And I'm going to curl around and go up a little bit. That'll be one side of his face. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Boop, meet them right in the middle. Because he's got a big old face. We'll make his mouth. Can do one line or 2. And then our nose is going to go straight down. 2 lines. And I'm going to do a nice big nostril. It's going to just curl around. You want to make sure your nose touches those 2 little points so that our nose and our face should come right together. They should meet. And we can even do some little curly cues inside the nose to make it a little more interesting looking. And of course he needs 2 cat eyes. Your eyes are always going to be pointy on the ends, wide in the middle, a big circle for the iris. The iris is the colored part of the eye, right? So mine are green. I don't know if you can tell. So you can make those whatever color you want, and then the pupil will be black. Actually, the pupils on these aren't always black, so you don't have to make them. There are no rules as far as coloring in these cats. No rules at all. So I'm going to do some eyebrows up here. 1, 2. 1, 2. And this kitty over here has got some really cool wavy lines going through his face. You can make as many as you want. And of course, we've got some whiskers. And for the body, all we have to do is just 1 line that goes down, and then 1 line that goes down over here. And then it looks like he's behind the other kitty. And if we want, we could make, you might not have any room right here. I've got a little room, so I'm going to make a tail. Why not? Got a little extra room. So I would recommend, and if you want to add more, you can add as many cats as you want. I would recommend maybe outlining it with a dark marker, a Sharpie if you have one, or a black marker. And that way you can see your kitties really good. Maybe just outline the kitty. You don't have to outline the shapes. If you look in here, there's no black lines. They're just yellow and orange and red. And you can see that, I mean, this cat's purple and pink and orange and yellow. This one's blue and gold. Those lines are actually gold, shiny gold, and a green face. No rules. Go crazy. If you've got markers, nice colorful markers, this is the project for you. And you can even do little polka dots. Dots are a great pattern. This red kitty over here has dots all over him, actually. Looks like red with yellow dots. But you can make these kids, this one's all green with yellow. You can do whatever you want. Make them as colorful as you want. What they kind of did, which was a cool idea, they didn't have a lot of background. They have so many cats. They just put a little bit of black in the background. And black will always make your objects in the front really pop out. You can see them so much better. I probably have too much background to color all in black. So you can just keep adding more cats till there's no background. So week 1, you will color in your kitties. Do what we did today. I'm sorry, not color them in, draw them. Draw them with pencil today. And then put that aside. You're done for the week. And then next week, which will probably be a little bit longer, you will outline and then you will color in all your kitties. And you can color them in with whatever you want. Markers, colored pencils, crayons, or even paint if you want to try it. Very, very easy cats to draw. And Laurel Burch, these kitties were on everything. They're all over the place. You might see them in a store on shirts and pants and purses, pocketbooks, and wallets, all kinds of things, because they're so colorful and they're such fun-looking cats. They put them on all kinds of cool stuff. So have fun, good luck, and I will see you later. Have fun making your kitties.